Well, hey, right now, come on in. Come on down. Come on. We're going to bring them on one on time. Welcome. How y'all doing all this morning? Johan Matuzzi is in the house. Holy. How are you doing, Michael Superbacker? Good to see you here this morning. Johan's back. Tire season. Oh, it's still among us, isn't it? Ah, where did I go? Where did I put myself? It's okay. I'm down here. Can you hear me? Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Annie M. Annie M. Annie M. Hi, Brody. How are you this morning? How are you doing? I'm doing awesome. I'm glad you're here. Uh, yeah, that's right. Time for some coffee. Good morning, Michael Superbacker. MTG Gaming Bob. Hey, stopping by with a yo, yo, yo. How you doing? Nice to see you this morning, Bob. Happy to have you here. I'm going to set the levels here nice and smooth and sweet for you folks this morning here before we start the show. I am really stoked to bring you folks another amazing video. Today is December 1st, 2022. Wahoo! We got a brand new month. November is behind us. Nobody is the kindest, but James O'Dun, the Earl of Drummer, the Freetreons, the Patreons, everybody who has made it into the final month of 2022 is here. We're clear, and we're getting ready to steer down the movers and the shakers list here this morning. Holy smokes. You folks are here, and I'm happy you made it. It's time for the show. As we do morning magic talks and a little bit of morning magic stocks. I like it. I like it. Let's do it. Things are coming in. There's Brody's. Bring the cartoon back. We like the cartoon. Hey, it's good to see you folks. Barrel House, John. John from the Barrel House. Here's a new up-and-coming YouTube channel for anybody who drinks whiskey. Tastes whiskey. I'm talking to all you whiskey tasters out there, folks who just like the smell of it or the taste of it. Gonna be bringing a few videos to MTG shots, maybe? I don't know. It's interesting. Should be some fine reviews over there. Last night was an interesting night. Did the first ever AlphonsoInvestments card stream. Dire Straits, myself, and the folks from Table Games. We were logged into Spell Table. There's some replay of the action up, and I'm just there's some replay of the action up, except the gameplay is a little bit choppy on the video. The sound apparently is really good. I rewatched a little bit of it last night just to see how it turned out for everybody. But that'll be up there, and then the deck pack opening and the pack opening as well as the deck building videos will be probably go up separate. Might take a little bit time to get those up for you folks. Let me see. Are we starting soon, folks? Are we starting soon? Can we start the stream? Is there people in the chat? There is. Brody just covered himself up. Let's bring the chat up. Make sure everybody is warm and everybody is welcome. We're going to check the price of Hasbro stock here this morning. I know you want to see it. What's going on? The first month. It's the first month. Our year end is over. We did our year end. Yesterday was our year end. Chat. Let's get the chat up for you folks. Make sure that's cruising. Is the chat working this morning? No. Earl, there he is. There's the guy, this guy, the Earl. Earl. Hey, folks, I'm back from a little holiday. I need a sip of coffee. All right, well, whilst you were gone, let's get you up to speed. Brody's, you got some catching up to do, but I'm glad you're here. So, just so you know, you won the very first Brody's Big Wheel Roundup. You did it. It was for the for the I gotta check the levels here. I'm too excited this morning. I got wow, the Earl of Drummers in the house. Thanks for joining. Okay, so you did win the first ever Brody stream wheel, and you may be asking yourself, what does that mean? Uh, you got yourself one of these Magic 30 pins. Now, I'm gonna mail it off to you here very shortly. You can watch the replay if you want to see it happening. That's pretty cool. MTG and shots. Uh, MTG stocks and MTG talks. I don't know if I could do. I don't think I could do. Uh, yeah, you did. You won. You can replay it. You did. You totally won. Yeah, you did, Earl. It's awesome, right? So I got to send you out a Brody shirt. Okay, so you get the MTG 30 pin. All right. Yeah, you had a 50-50 shot of winning. Only two patrons on the wheel. And Earl of Drummer, you know what? It's been a pleasure having you. I really appreciate your support. So back from a holiday to a little bit of good news for you on December 1st, 2022. Congratulations, Michael Superbacker, the man who's got my back, right? What a great guy. Okay, so we're gonna mail that out. I got your address on the Patreon, and I gotta put a Brody shirt in a box. I do need you to email me your size. That was what it is. Brody's. It's all in the vault here. Brody needs your size, brother. Just shoot me a shoot me an email or a message on the Patreon, and I will do my best to get that out for you. Maybe I can get it to you before the holidays. It's going overseas for me. The Earl of Drummer, thank you so much for your continued watchiness. All right, Hasbro stock. That's right. Your continued watchiness. That's what I said. Hasbro stock price. What? So we got. Oh, it's ticking up again. Ticking up for another 2 days in a row here, folks. It's December 1st. Who's gonna give me $62.82? No, we're gonna wait for this thing to drift a little lower. Lower. How much lower can we go? It can go a little bit. We can go a little bit more this way. What if Brody? If I move to the other side of the screen, it can go a whole lot lower, right? Ooh, like this. $62. So we were looking for those Q4 earnings to come out. We really are need those Q4 earnings to come out. On the 5, we're up 1%. See, Hasbro stock is up a point. In a month, it's down 3. On the year, it's down 38 from the high of just over $100, $103.15. And on the 1 year, I think it was like one, yeah, it was a little bit higher there. Well, no, even hundo. That's what we're looking for. This is like pre-cufatulation. $123 on the 2019. So yeah, we're cruising along. It's a little bit of a rough ride, but if you want to find a smooth place to sit back and watch these prices just kind of move down and to the right over the next little bit. You all are welcome here. You can come and hang out, support the channel, join the chat. What was the max? The max was like, let's see here. What was the max? You can have a little sip of coffee. Let's check that. Uh, so going back, the max it's ever been, Michael. Okay, the max. Yeah, I didn't look at that. So let's go back to 2007. Was 29 bucks. So what do we got here? We got a. We don't even really have that many years of Hasbro Inc. We got up 130 points on the lifetime of this here stock. So it's a 14-year-old stock, I guess, 15 years. 2012 was like $36 and must have had something like new games and everything coming out, and boom, Hasbro stock price took hit the max. The biggest number it's ever been, Michael, is 120. You know what is the biggest, best number we've ever seen? Mr. DJ Longhair is in the house. Good morning, DJ. Nice to see you. Yeah, he's here. All right. Pretty sweet to have you here. This morning, it's an expensive one. Uh, Morning, DJ. Nice to have you here with us this morning. People in the chat, that's really awesome. Thank you so much for blowing up that chat box, the scroll. If you can, hit the sub. If you can, hit the like. If your hands are not free enough to do that, just drive safely. Get the kids off to school and be safe out there while you're on the road. And thanks to everybody installing winter tires for us, folks. What are we going to do? Any buddy want to do? Let's look at the standard list. First up, I opened some. Mrs. Alfonso opened. She opened Merrill. She opened Merrill, and I didn't realize how hard that card was to get until I talked to John there. He said there's whole store opened pre-release and nobody got one. So holy smokes, right? Hello, everybody. 12:30 midday here in jolly old England. Yes, Earl. Earl's back from holiday. Some good news. He's up a magic 30 pin, and he's up a Freetreon shirt, a Brotreon shirt. Pretty cool. So let's just take a look at the Merrill card. It was a pretty good hit last night. It really was. There's no lie in that. The soldier mechanic is pretty good. Valiant Veteran, the Vavoom card. The Valiant Veteran gives okay soldiers. Soldiers are making a comeback. You know what card I don't keep like this? Here's a card. Acacian Lieutenant. Why does nobody ever care about this card? One day somebody will. Once white is able to make really large amounts of mana, perhaps somebody will care about it. Nope. He's the reserved list soldier that costs $1.39. It's from the Fallen Empires block. It's a rare. Now, keep in mind, there was a lot of Fallen Empires printed. This set was just printed a la Oblivion. But this guy, if you see, also integrity, honor, and moral strength, if anybody cares about those qualities anymore, right? The Acacian Lieutenant getting no love. Soldier fire breather. He's just such a guy that he's on the bottom 10, but yes, we do care. You too care. I know all of. He's a lord. That's what he is. He's a core soldier. There's some other pretty cool core creatures in Magic the Gathering. It's got this also text on it. It's 2 white and 3. Exile Valiant from your graveyard. Is that not just like escaping it? Okay, maybe not. Maybe you don't have to exile any other cards with it. Put a +1/+1 counter on each soldier you control. Hmm. So this is pretty good, actually. If you make this a 4 of, it's not legendary, so you really kind of want to have it on the battlefield. That's sort of the place for it. But if, for example, it's in the bin and you're not getting it back, maybe somebody's got some grave hate going on. You can do this at any time. It doesn't say as a sorcery. You can just, do it for 5 mana on your opponent's end step. A pretty good card. Little tech on this morning, right? Like I like it. Why not? The veteran. The Brotreon, right? Yeah. Uh Nice, nice. Well, let's uh let's scroll down. This card's not very old, right? So, like anybody playing soldiers where are we playing this card? It's got to be played in standard. It's super. Yeah, it's gonna be. Man, this thing's gonna this. How who said this was 50 cents? It's the Lord. Wonder what the print runs. Yeah, so this played with Commander in Muriel, Shield of Argyle. Commander, Azorius Soldiers, and Pioneer, Explorer. This new Explorer set format. I don't even know the rules on it. I covered my eyes and my ears and just ran the other way. Like, uh, but the Muriel deck. I think this is kind of worth looking at. Anybody who's playing Commandsies out there, Muriel Shield Archive. She got pulled in Miss Alfonso pulled her out of a pack last night. We're gonna replay the opening video and like some of the gameplay is up. We did run it through Spell Table, do a little bit of test. Apparently audio is okay, but she's really good. Except she didn't make it onto the battlefield. She got stripped out of her hand, went straight to the bin, but she's like the namesake card of this mono white soldiers deck in Commander. Pretty cool looking deck here for you folks. So the veteran, veteran, Braids Arisen Nightmare, $9. How high can we go in standard cards right now? Like that's a good question. Like, are we gonna see what do we got? What's gonna be $60 in standard? Hard to say. A darker waste. Excuse me for a second there. Pardon me. I gotta have a little sip of coffee. Slip out the back. All right, put a +1/+1 creature on target. Counter on target creature. It phases out. Yeah, phasing is coming back, right? A little bit of a time. We're probably going to see more cards with phasing. And so facto, professional face breakers. See, these are going to be the cards that you open in standard. Like this is the current sets that are legal. Anybody new to Magic joining in? You got some time this morning. If you don't like following these charts, do you not like charts? Do you like tracking prices? Do you understand the splits between formats and how there's like, different rotations and where cards fit in, what cards fit across multiple formats? Does tracking prices of Magic cards seem like a hassle to you? Let me do it for you. We'll talk about these. I look at these every morning, so if that's something uh or you want to just get in on some friendly conversation, spit some tech on any of these cards, kind of blow your hair straight back. What cards are moving up the list or down the list? Hollow, nothing really here astonishing here. Nothing. It doesn't look like anything's. Well, this card, I'm surprised Muriel's not on there. There's some small to mid standard movers running up the standard list, but we got to go over to the legacy side. Let's check the legacy side, see if anything else has popped up on the movers and the shakers list, and we should take a look to see if there's any news this morning. News, kabloos from the folks. Do. Just going to take a quick look to see if these folks have any news here. Nothing since the last over under. But you know what? Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. Excuse me, moi. Tomorrow's Friday. But do you know what today is? Today is it, dare I say it, is it Thursday? It is. It's Thursday. DJ Longhair, is it Thursday today? Tell me, it's Thursday, December 1st, 2022. And do you know what happens on Thursday? The MTG Roundtable tonight over at Mr. DJ Longhair's channel. If anybody's watching, you want a little nighttime MTG content, head on over there. I'm on the morning show, and I'm going to be running down this list. It looks like duels went up. Yeah, yeah. The duels went up, right? They woke up, right? Well, that's pretty cool. Uh, Thanks, DJ. Yeah, we got Tyga and Savannah right on the top of the pile here this morning, up to 15%. Everybody's sort of like waiting. Like we've seen a lot of cards get listed on like the Monday, the drop of Magic 30, like that was like the day where we saw some pretty high end cards hit the eBay listings. It's interesting to see. Let's see if we can hit the all side. And get the Black Lotus up there. Is that the all side? It is. Oh, see, there's a Black Lotus getting tugged up in price, tugging it all the way up the line. Look at that. A boop boop bitty boop boop for the Beta Lotus. See, we saw it now. Brody does spy with his little eye. And pointing with both fingers. Oh my gosh. Just give it out. Give it. There's a Black Lotus over there. Do you guys see it? There's a Beta Lotus on the top of the list today. 527% jump in price. Holy smokes. Uh, I gotta get a sip of coffee. Oh, let's just let that sink in, like just a tad here for you folks this morning. So, okay, the Monday after the product release, right? We come on here and we're looking at you can replay it, right? You could totally do it, but like the Monday after the product release, come on here and we find an unlimited Lotus. How much did you buy it for? Michael Superbacker bought it. He did. That's right. Michael Superbacker. I think he was going to split it with somebody in the chat. It was like 45,000 and change, but it was 99,000, right? So here we go. It gets better than that. What's being listed here? Yeah. Let's take a look. Uh I gotta bring this. That's funny, eh? 95,000. Yeah. $95,000 purchase, worth every penny. Ah, yes. Worth it. Now it's worth like 150. Ha, if only, right? Yeah. Okay, so like back down to reality. I got to take a look at this card. Beta Lotus listed, okay? Um Now, let me see if there's any new listings here. Okay, he wanted 100K and I told him not a penny more than 95. So, yeah, you got to drive a hard bargain. But now let's see. Let's see the Beta Black Lotus. I got to have a sip of coffee and we're going to look at this beauty. Up 525% to 40. Oh, man. 42. Ah, this is really big. It's a really big number. Okay, up the Beta Lotus. It even seems a little bit low. It kind of does, you know. I guess it could go for more. The black lotus, the black version, black bordered version of the Lotus. How many we got for sale at the vendor shops? Yeah, okay. 47,000. But here's what I want to see just for a second here. Can I move over? Can I move this over? Hmm. Is that can't be right. Let's see if it has seen a price dip. Oh, let's pull this back. Okay. This let's look at this chart here for a second. Got to bring it up on the screen so you folks can see it. See these like dips in here? I've kind of got the little hand. I got my little hand right over Brody's. Brody's right. Okay, right here. Right. Let's do it this way. Yeah, so like right about here. Ah, that's it. Okay, so right about there is like what we're gonna look at. So we're gonna zoom in, going back to 2018. There's like these odd dips here. What's causing that, right? What's causing this to get Brody so excited? Like all this volatility. Did somebody sell one? Sold listing $6,700. Did somebody sell a Beta Lotus for 6,700 the other past week? We're gonna take a look and see if we can find out. And what else just hit the list? There's one for 60,000. All right. Back to reality. There goes gravity. Exactly. Yeah. I kind of we got okay, so we got one for 60,000, one for 42. Maybe Mox Ruby is on the list here, making a move up in price. Somebody sold. Let's see if we can find it on the eBay sold listings. Let's see if one sold here. Who's selling Black Lotuses for $6,700? Sold. Have one to sell? No. Haven't got one to sell. Interesting, interesting. Okay, well, let's just keep humming down the list here. I will have to take a look at the sold listing, see if I can find any sales on this card, but there is a lot listed. I think people are trying to get some money for cards, expecting prices to maybe go down. I saw a little chatter over at the Alpha Hoarder channel that was pretty fun to watch. Some of Mike's mail opening. Oh, there's so much of it, and little conversation over there about like what's the strategy, right? Like what's the strategy? What do we do from here, right? And like I still like the whole magic is dead. Sell your cards, get rid of them while you can. I would just hold on to what you're doing. Looks like some people are listing a lot of these higher end cards. But worth mentioning, the last time we saw players relax on buying new products from Wizards, the stores did pay a hefty price. They saw a slowdown in new product purchases. Of course, they probably weren't being supported anyway, and then couldn't get many sales of new product because people just not buying it. Then you have to go and sell your high end Magic cards to pay the rent. Of course, the stores pay the worst, and then they end up putting a lot of stuff on sale just to pay the rent. Let's look at the mocks here. I don't know why. Mox Ruby, not that exciting here today. What we saw it once already. Swords to Plowshares, Dragon Whelp. This is a kind of cute card. Oh, isn't it cute? Library of Lang used to be a fun card to play. Drain Power. This card's really underrated. I like this card. Okay, this card's on the movers and shakers list. I like it. It's a sorcery. This card was it's like not a counter spell, isn't it? It's not. It's like 2 mana. It's a sorcery, so you're not doing it on your opponent's turn. So what the heck are we doing with it? I mean, it's $1,050 from Alpha. I think it's been reprinted a bunch of times. Like you can get it in a revised copy for $2. But heck, this card's pretty neat. I play it. I think it's cool. Brody doesn't win all the games, but it's a whole lot of fun. Let's go take a look at the card. All right, let's Target player activates. I like the old wording. I'm going to read the old wording. Tap all lands, taking all this mana and all mana in opponent's mana pool into your mana pool. You can't tap fewer than all your opponent's lands, right? Do this. Okay, so the new wording is target player activates a mana ability of each land they control. Then that player loses all unspent mana, and you add the mana lost this way. How do we like which wording do we like better? And was the old wording so bad we didn't know what it meant? Tap all opponents' lands, taking all this mana and all mana in opponent's mana pool into your mana pool. You can't tap fewer than all your opponent's lands. So you can like pick an opponent, right? And then you're like sitting there, the green player with all the mana, right? And I Or the Crufix decks that's storing up mana, right? That player loses all unspent mana, and you add that to your mana pool. So, like the wording on the new drain power, it does all this for 2 blue, right? So that's pretty cool. I like this card. I really do. I've played it in Commander. It's like buying a box of mint alpha cards at a yard sale. Worth $10. Worth thousands. Goes back to few 30 editions proxies at future yard sales. Yeah, well, it's that's entirely possible. We'll see. It's going to take a little while for things to shake out and see where they land, people to get orders. But if you want a nice, smooth uh, place to sit back, relax, and watch these prices trend, whichever way they're going to go, like, it's things are just kind of like hang gliding right now, just down and to the right. I like this card. It's in alpha. You can get the alpha version. Alpha Hoarder probably has this version. Why not? eBay, any graded copies? The graded copies are the ones commanding $1,500 of these alpha edition. The drain power. I like the artwork. It's pretty unique, right? It's Douglas Schuler, right? The fellow who did the Thanos wand and the candelabra, I believe. A lot of cool art by Douglas Schuler. Let's take another trip down the memory lane, right? For this art with Douglas Schuler. I like the artwork on older cards. It's pretty unique in style. I do like the Douglas Schuler artwork. It's pretty original. He does some other stuff, right? Uh some artifacts like the candelabra, a card I like this art. This style here. It's pretty great. And then Tano's wand and the coffin. He just no, the coffin's Christopher Rush, but these two cards, Douglas Schuler, really nice art. Drain power on the list today of the movers and shakers list on the all side. This is the all side. This is like everything. Flash fires. Here's a hate card. Holy hoser mania. That's a Canadian word, eh? Take off. Couple of hosers playing these and destroy all planes cards, eh? It's like Boyle and that. All right. There's new due to boot it. This hoser card flash was a really. I'm just gonna top this up here a little bit. This card here, flash fires. What a hoser card it is, man. Why is this on the movers and the shakers list? Oh gosh, this makes me just like all planes in play are destroyed for a red and 3. An uncommon. Pretty great looking art too. You've got like the bison skull or the cattle skull there in the field catching fire. It's like the Armageddon counterpart for red in it's it's seen a it's a collectible. It's a collectible. That is. I mean, if you want to play hate I mean, if there's a way to make all lands planes, or if you want to like parry this up with the Quorum Trench Gnomes, hey, I'm gonna sneeze here. Give me a second. Quorum Trench Gnomes. These guys. You want to see some cool art, Michael? These is one of my favorite arts in the game. Oh, great captain, all is lost. They tunneled, they burrowed, they trenched, they sapped the strength of our defenses. Sorgus, the Chronicles of the Quorum Plains. These little guys, they're little gnomey boys. The nomenclature for these little guys is gnomes. One red and 3. Tap these little guys, and target planes produces 1 until end of the game. This card Uh, this card hoses white as well. It's kind of another hoser card. And then there's Flash Fires, who just destroys the planes. Aw, but this is 224 bucks. Decks playing it. Any decks using it? Chainer. Ooh, and Commander. Chainer's using it. And Zozu. Zozu the Punisher. I remember. Oh, that's a card. That's a cool Gobbo card. Let's check out Chainer. Oh, yeah. Right. 3/2 Chainer. Coach. I missed the coach. The coach is in the house. The coach has been watching the team from just beside the bench behind the referee. I didn't see him come in. Didn't know he was watching. But there he is. The coach is in the house. Thanks for joining this morning. Chainer, Nightmare Adept. Discard a card. You may cast a creature spell from your graveyard this turn. Activate only once each turn. Hmm. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if you didn't cast it from your hand, it gains haste. Oh, so when you just throw stuff onto the battlefield, it gets faster. Okay, because you needed to be rewarded for uh show and telling creatures into play. Do people play with the same deck each time? Good question. Or do they change depending on what their opponent is playing? Well, with Commander, the thing that I didn't know when I started playing Commander is people tend to discuss power level prior to playing. That's a good question. Turn 0, anybody want to discuss power level? Generally, power level is something that people discuss, like how strong the deck is, 1 to 10, and that's a good way to do it. And then they might just change the deck if a deck is super powerful. Some people that I play with, yeah, I only have 2 decks, right? So I don't have a lot of options. But if I play over at friend's place, he's got like 7. So he's like, "Do you want to play one of my decks?" Yes, please. Yeah, I don't mind if I do. Angels is fun today. Boros, oh yeah, good question. Cool, cool. Michael Superbacker in the house. Thanks for asking. This is a neat card by some Liliana. It's a Rakdos deck. That's black and red. And it's running Flash Fires. Why not? Let's hate on the white player. It's okay. Can get it on eBay for a little cheaper, but why would you? Just get the unlimited version. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Gaming Bob, thanks for coming this morning. I appreciate seeing you in the chat. It's really cool. Happy to have you here. John, over the Barrel House on your day. Make your day a safe one. Watch out in traffic out there. May you travel with ease on your adventures today. All right, modern cards, because we know Robert O'Brien is going to be checking out the post stream, right? Oh, look who's here! My favorite. All right, Benson's in the house. He wants me to check out the. You didn't check out the lot. See, I got a comment from Benson because I skipped over the Library of Lang. All right, let's take a look. Where's the library? The Library of Lang. I can't do it, right? Don't do it. You skipped the library, Brody. Come back, right? Yeah. The Library of Lang. It's in my Quain commander. All right, all right. Well, let's take a look at it. Let's look at library. This is gonna be a fun stream today. Yeah, Benson, welcome. Welcome back to the channel. Good to see you here this morning. Thanks for joining us. Little morning magic stocks and some magic talks here with the folks. Let's check out that Library of Lang. It goes with Quain. Hey, that's a card that's super fun. Like it's it's one of those ones where you're like, hey, how are we gonna build this? It's a group hug deck. Fun deck. Okay, let's check this out. Library of Lang. So original Library of Lang from Alpha. This is one of the original Magic cards. Now, got to be worth saying it. It's been reprinted ever since, and it's in just about every set ever printed. Okay, it's a good card. It's great in Commander. It's super relevant in Commander, and it's been printed a bunch of times. You can get a white border version of it. Masters sets have copies. It's probably been time shifted, master shifted, foil treatment, full art border, but nevertheless, I digress. Let's keep going. You have no maximum hand size in this artifact. All right, you can have as many cards as you want. If an effect, I like this part. This is really good. If an effect causes you to discard a card, discard it, but you may put it on the top of your library instead of into your graveyard. Wow, that's a great card. So with Queen, let's take a look. Queen in Commander. That's where you're playing it. All right, let's look at the charts here. Pull this chart strip. Grip it. Rip it. Pull that chart. Zip it back. Brody, here. Okay. So yeah, collectible card, the alpha version. Like, I mean, have things gotten out of control with the pricing of these old Magic cards? I don't know. You tell me. Some pretty big humps and bumps and plateaus here. Nekuzar, the Mind Razor, lots of commander decks playing it. Any deck that may play a universal discard, this makes it not so bad. Like, it's all of a sudden like each player draws a card and discards a card. Well, you can just discard to the top of your library. And sometimes that's the best place to put stuff. Like, let me give you an example. Little tech here. Okay, Terminus. Here's a card that, it's got a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Yeah, for 2 white and 4, you can put all creatures on the bottom of their owner's library. And Miracle, for 1, you can cast this card for its miracle cost when you draw it if it's the first card you drew this turn. What? So if it's on the top of your library and you draw it during your any turn and it's the first card, you can cast it for its miracle cost because who knew it was there? 1 white. There's also other miracle cards that I think you can set up with the Library of Lang, like Temporal Mastery. That's the blue one. And then there's the red one, right? Temporal Mastery is the blue one, and it basically gives you Time Walk, where you can take an extra turn for Miracle if you draw it. So you could use the library to set up the top of your deck. If there's something that says each player draws a card and discards a card, or you play like something like the Lighthouse that makes you loot, or something that makes all players loot, like Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Each player may draw a card. Then each player who drew a card this way gains a life. Whoa! Quain's the commander. He's the blue, white, happy bunny that just makes everybody happy around the table. It's pretty cool. So the Library of Lang does a lot of that. It's the original you have no maximum hand size card, like the Reliquary Tower. Dual Brain is in the house. Hey, Brain, Ed, nice to have you here. Thanks for joining us this morning. December 1st, it's the first day of the new month. November is behind us. The sun is shining. It's a little bit chilly, but it's okay. We're watching the Magic card prices this morning. Hey, Brain, do you got a video coming out this morning? Let us know. Might be checking out the roundtable this evening. Roundtable over at DJ Longhair's tonight, this evening. You can check that out. But we are checking the prices of Magic cards. So Nekuzar, all these commanders are using it. Ooh, I don't see Queen up there, but that's okay. A deck list for Queen would be pretty cool to see up there. But it's next level tech because my man Benson. 8:30 always. Okay, so coming up. So we are another hour and a half. Brain video up. Very cool. 8 p.m. tonight. Oh, let's put that up there. Very cool. Very cool. Let's roll over to the modern side because Robert O'Brien, he's got me hooked on checking out these modern cards. I just can't go a day without looking at the modern side anymore. I used to just cover my eyes and look the other way, and I'll tell you why. Because modern's a grindy format. You get something that's really good that gets banned in modern, like the price just goes down. Bannings is really hard on modern. It is. And if you've been hit with a banning or bought a card that got banned, you know what I'm talking about. It feels bad. It does. Oh, but we've all been there. But that's okay. So, I try to stay away from dabbling in fine wares on the modern side. It's it, but it's hard to do. But sometimes you need those cards, right? It's very one of the most competitive formats. Some may say the most. I think it's pretty safe to say it's the most competitive format because the number of players that turn out to play modern events when they're happening live, that is generally the big draw and the main event. Except that, holy smokes, Eternal Weekend's coming up. I hope we can catch some gameplay. Who we got on here? Chat's lighting up. We got folks in the chat this morning. Mycosynth Golem. That thing's been on there for a while. There's got to be an artifacts deck making waves in in modern these days. Mycosynth Golem, the 4/5 with affinity. It's just a casual 11 mana, folks. Just a casual affinity for artifacts. Costs one less for each artifact you control. So the rocks, the mana rocks, the Foundry Inspector, all the stuff that makes things cost cheaper that are artifacts. It's pretty great. Who we got? I feel like I'm missing something over in the comment section. We got 27 minutes, so I'm going to be on just a little bit more past the hour. I was hoping that Mike, the Alpha Hoarder, would be able to stop by. I know he's a busy guy. He's up in the morning. He's got things to do. He's got people to save. He's got capers to crush and events to unfold early in the morning, like many of you folks do. I appreciate you guys bringing some of your time and spending it here. If you got to check, just to hit that likey button, it helps. Any comments help. I did a ton of work. That's a good question, and I'm sure I don't know. Don't you want to run scale up? Scale up? Don't we want to run scale up? Yeah. Up the audio game. Noontime, the ticks to Philly go on. Okay, this is good. Good. A little news for everybody. So it's morning time, right? So anything you guys want to get out there in the community, it's a good place to stop by and do it. I like to know what's going on, and a lot of that comes from you folks. People give us input. They, say what's on their mind. We look at the movers and shakers list, any news in real time. Ticks to Philly go on sale noontime. Likely the last event I can attend this year. So if you're gonna if you're trying to get to Philly, that would be really nice. Uh, I'm with DJ on this one. That's okay too. So have a good time over there. That should be really good. Good times. Good times. Eternal Weekend coming up. Let's check out this Mycosynth Golem. Urza's playing it, right? All these commander decks. Liberator Urza Battlethopter. Is that a commander? Is it? It's legendary. It can be your commander. Artifact. Yeah, it's an artifact creature. I guess it's not like just a vehicle. This is a commander deck. It's a sleeper card. Somebody posted that a few days ago. They say this is like the sleeper card of the set, and I can't say enough about it. And like maybe here's why. A card like this could see play in vintage. It could. I would play it just for the fun, and I'll explain to you why. Mishra's Workshop. All right, this is 3 mana. Okay, go. Let's just say, hear me out. Like, see how like is Mishra's Workshop in this deck? It could be. Like if you could put it in there, but like holy smokes, this Mishra's Workshop, it works with it, right? It makes 3 mana. It seems really strong. This Liberator. So the Workshop is a land. You play the shop, enters the battlefield. Just leave it there. Don't even tap a Workshop and go. Right? How about that? Workshop and go. All right. For the mere $3,374. This card's gonna hold strong. It looks really strong. This card looks like a house. Look how strong this chart is. It's just down and to the right. Okay, it's a hang glider. All right, so you go workshop and go, and then you can play this Urza's Battle Thopter on your opponent's end step, right? You're like, hello. Now, whether that's vintage or commander, I don't care. That's some tech right there. So you're like, Battle Thopter on your opponent's end step with flash. Let's see what else does it have. It has flying, and you may cast colorless spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. So then you're like, okay, well, this is coming down on your end step, and all my 0 mana rocks are also coming down on your end step. Can you drop, any a lotus petal is on your end step? There you go. If you don't have that, you could throw. I guess you're not playing Mox in Commander, but in Vintage you could. You could flash your artifacts in on your opponent's end step, and then like you're like Lotus and go, Mox and go, Lotus Petal and go, Soul Ring and go, Soul Ring Time Vault go. My take it, start my turn. Hello. This card is really freaking good. Whenever you cast a spell, if an amount of mana spent to cast the spell is greater than Liberator the Battle Thwapter's power, put a +1/+1 counter on Liberator Battle Thwapter. Okay, so I really like this card. I think it's a sleeper card, and that's not coming from me. That's somebody who put it in the chat the other day, and I just looked at it and we were like, "Holy smokes, this is a house of a card. I like it. I really do." And it's on the movers and shakers list here this morning. Is it? No, it's not. It's not even. It's not even, but it's a commander. Okay. Well, how do we get there? From the Mycosynth lattice. This is good. Tickets? Anybody want tickets to Philly? I don't have any, but they are going on sale today. If anybody's looking for tickets to Philly and you want to go, today's the day to get them. Noontime today. They're going on sale. I wish you guys could go. I know, right? Well, you know what that's great about the dual brain channel is the amount of time and effort that Ed puts in over there to make sure we get good coverage. We appreciate it. I do like the walkarounds and all the inside, like the look at the stuff that is there and like pointing out things that are rare and interesting. I really like that about the channel. It's great. Hey Brody, that sleeper is 100% 100 for a full promo right now. Really? The dude man. Hey, the dude man's in the house. Hey, I got a card for you. We were talking about a Nomi boy. The the Quorum Trench Gnomes. I'm just like these guys. Let's put this up for the dude. There you go. Let's throw that up for you, buddy. Okay. That thing's $100 for the foil promo. Let's look at that. We will. What was the golem? Yeah, that golem is sweet. Hit that like, yeah, if you don't mind, hit that like, get some chatter going. It literally, I mean, you gotta poke that bell, you you gotta smash it, you gotta hit the like. It puts the video out to more folks so that you guys can get notices and people can join in. Last night, a PSA Solitude full borderless sold for only $62. eBay snipe. Really? A PSA 9.5 foil solitude borderless. 62. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on sale. People want cash. And I'll tell you why. I think it's because people are waiting for like these prices. We're gonna sit back and hang out over Brody's channel in the morning and like look at these prices just kind of drift. And people are offloading cards, trying to cash up, and they're gonna try to pick up some of these things when like the high-end sales go on, because like we've seen some shenanigans with closing the buy lists already. But like if you want to like catch a falling knife, you don't stand under it and try and do this. You like just like step back, let it hit the floor, bounce around, and then just walk over, pick it up. Thanks a lot. So let's do that. Let's take a look. This Mycosynth Golem. DJ likes the Golem. He's a Golem kind of friend. He likes the Golems. From Fifth Dawn. Really cool looking art on the Golem. It's been going up. Like this Golem is like all of us. Look at how happy the Golem is. The Golem is standing straight up. The Golem is so happy. He is like boing. He's like, wow, look at me get up in the morning. The Golem is seeing a spike in price. Fifth Dawn. Is there another 35? Transagda Pias. Sacre bleu. Okay, let's see here. The list has got it at 27 bucks. Is there foil? Foil is 70. So the premium on the foil is double. I'll tell you, like, this is a modern card, right? So, like, this is not something I would rush out and buy. No, 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 sir. Bro, I know it's great in the format and I need it to win. Just don't get sucked into that. This card, like, if you have it, sell it to buy something else. But if, like, I wouldn't rush out to buy it. The people who have this card are having a lot of fun with it. Where are we playing it? All these decks that are in Commander, the Urza deck, the Memnarch. Oh, of course. Why wouldn't you play it with Memnarch? This thing just takes over artifacts. It's quite ludicrous. This card is ludicrous. For 7 mana, you get a 4/5 that's a blue, and 1. Target permanent becomes an artifact in addition to his other types, and then you pay a blue and 3 and gain control of target artifact. It's legendary, it's wizardry, and an imperfection in the perfect world. We can't allow that. Yes, it's played in Memnarch. So the Mycosynth Golem, top of the pile here today. Modern. It's a beater. 4/5. You're playing it for just about nothing. Here's another card, some tech card, right? This guy, the Mindbreak Trap. This is in modern, but it's like it's really good when people are storming. Really good against storm. Why? You've activated my trap card. Once again, my trap card. You have done it. If an opponent casts 3 or more spells this turn, you may pay 0, nada, nothing. Rather than pay Mindbreak Trap's mana cost. Exile any number of target spells. This has to resolve. You got to resolve this. You can't, you can tap out and cast it for 0, but like if hopefully you don't need a counter to protect it because it doesn't like storm. It doesn't copy itself. It just says exile all spells. Like Flusterstorm will make all these copies, and then you can like direct the copies of one over here, one over there, 2 over there. But this one, like, you got to resolve this. It's a good idea to protect it if you're casting it. What's this? $37. Okay. 200 for the foil. Mindbreak Traps, a modern tech. I play it in, it's played in Legacy. I believe it is. People are against Storm. People who just want to cast 30 spells and then win the game. It's pretty good. Mitko, we want the tabletop. We want to know what the paper piece is worth. The game piece, the actual piece of paper. This is probably when Storm was really good in the format. So like, boom, I want all the Mindbreak Traps. Hogak Vine, yeah, see, Vintage plays it. It's sideboard tech. It can go in any deck. It's blue, but who cares? It's through and through a magic card that costs 0. Prison Shops, Painter Servant. Oh, this is like the first Legacy deck Brody ever built. It is. Goblin Welder. There he is. I'm on a red painter. 7 and 2. This deck's always been good ish. It's like a 1.5. Tier 1.5. It's almost like a tier 2 deck. It's not the best, but it's fun to play. You get to bring stuff back from the bin. This version is not too bad. It's this Imperial Recruiter that just like kind of sold it for me when this got reprinted. It was like, you're like, okay, well, I could get the Imperial Recruiters cheaper version here. Where's look at all the versions of but the Portal 3 Kingdoms. This was like the only version of it for so long. It was. What does he do? When it enters the battlefield, search your library for a creature card with power 2 or less. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. It's an uncommon. It had only this one printing.
and it's from a very rare set that was released in another country in a very limited print run. Okay, and so if you wanted to get it, you had to pay a lot for it. There weren't very many of it. And it's the only, and it was a combo piece go getter for getting your painter servant. And look here, it was like, it was really expensive. It was like $350 for the longest time for this uncommon. And then I think it got reprinted, and now like it's still 170. It's the most expensive version, but anybody who bought this card, it's in Ragavan and everything else. There's this reprinting this card. There's like a plus and a minus to both sides. Anybody who wanted to play this deck, and it opened up access to this Painter Servant deck and decks like it by reprinting this card. So that's the plus side. On the downside, anybody who lost money on that Imperial Recruiter, eh. I had like one copy, and then I got to buy the second copy because I'm like I can't afford two. So yeah, it's pretty great. So yeah, I was kind of caught in the middle. So this guy's $12 now. That's an example of a reprint equity for you folks here this morning. Super fun times. The Painter Servant deck, Mindbreak Trap, making the list today. Oh, the sideboard card, I must mention it. Chroma's Memorial. Creatures you control have flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, and protection from black and red. No rest, no mercy, no matter what. Uh, Hollowed Fountain, another one of these dually lands. Anything else awesome? Greater Oromancy. Other enchantments you control have Shroud. Here's a good card. This card. Okay, here's a card we got to look at. We got to discuss this card. Let's discuss this amazing card. Why is it amazing? Why is it so good? Why do we like this card? Well, a couple of reasons. It's got really cool art on it. A delicate veil of glamours can prove as sturdy as iron. I don't think there's any other versions of this card. I don't think there's not too many. Fun fact: the set symbol, I don't think there's none too many. Fun fact: the set symbol for P3K is the character for the Chinese san. Ah, very cool. Liberator is just a really rare foil promo and new. So it's 100 now. But only one is even up for sale. Crazy. Crazy with the Liberator. Craziness. Why do I like this card? I like this Oromancy card. I don't know how many. See, it's the only version of it. Okay, it's the only version of this card. Now, if you have it and you have the foil version, you're sitting on something special. It's $147. It's the only version of it, and these Shadow Morph foils are awesome. Savor the Moments is great, and all the art and the lore and the little bit of a dark mystere to this set. We like it. We want to see a little bit more of it, but the Oromancy is a card. It gives all enchantments you control Shroud. So if you're playing an enchantment deck, this is a staple. Enchanted creatures you control have Shroud. Wow. So your enchantments have Shroud, and then the creatures who have enchantments on them also have Shroud. Other enchantments have Shroud. This itself is an enchantment. It does it, but if you play two of them, then they each give each other Shroud. They shroud each other. There's a lot of Shroud nanigans going on. They're Shroud and Proud. They say it shroudly. It's Oromancy probably got boosted from all the enchantments pushed in standard. Yeah, that's a fact, right? It's quite likely. It is. It is quite likely. Lots of good enchantments. Of course, that means that enchantment decks like the Boggles deck, man, Slippery Boggle, it's a tough deck to deal with. Well, welcome again, everybody, for joining us. I hope you guys are having a smooth day. It's December 1st, 2022. We're just a little bit past the hour. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. Gonna get uh, rolling with my day. Thanks for letting me join you folks on your morning with a little magic coffee, some magic talks, and a little magic stocks. All right, let's see here. Johan Matuzzi was joining us this morning. I really appreciate hearing from him. We had the Earl of Drummer back from holidays. Yeah, so that's kind of, I was like, where did Earl go? He's been on vacay. So nice to have you back checking out the stream this morning. It's really great to talk to you again as always. Craterhoof Behemoth. This is a card that's also played in Commander. It's pretty good. I do like it. And Grizzy B. Polluted Bonds. Here's another card from Shadowmoor. It's $25. It's up 3%. Let's take a look at the card. I kind of like this. Morning, Tom Mitchell. Oh, right? Morning, Brody. Sorry I'm late. You know what? It's never a party until Tom Mitchell's there. So we can start the show. It's December 1st, 2022. Little morning magic stocks and magic talks with Brody. Tom, we're just going down the movers and the shakers list this morning. Thanks for joining us and spending a little bit of your time with us here. This Hasbro stock this morning, it is just up a dollar or two, isn't it, everybody? We were checking that out. Yeah, it's up a touch. It's up 65 centavos. Uh, it's all good. No, don't be sorry. We're happy to have you here. If we're lucky enough to have Tom Mitchell join us this morning, uh, I'll take it. It's good. Uh, Hope you all find your magic happy. Brody helps me find mine. Oh, that's sweet, Bob. Thanks, buddy. It's good chatting with you. Morning Prime 406. Everybody's in the house this morning. Got lots of hey, hellos. How are you? Have a great day to you, Tom. Benson, my man, thanks for joining us. I'm gonna probably put on the dual brain video that's coming up here. Get on with my day. And Michael Superbacker, I really appreciate you for joining us again. Johan Matuzzi, everybody else who turned up in the chat. It really helps support the channel. I like hearing from you guys and the tech that's going on. A little bit of news in the world. We're on a Thursday. We got one more day to go until we're singing Yabba Dabba Do Time. You can check out the roundtable over at Mr. DJ Longhair's channel tonight. Everybody for tuning in. Let's maybe take a look at me one more. Should we do one more? Should we do one more? Let's do one more for Tom Mitchell. Tom, what do you want to see? Take a pick here. You want to do the legacy? So pick a card, any card, Tom. What's it going to be? Let's where are we going? Where are we going? We going all list, modern list, legacy list. Leave us a comment there, Tom. You pick the last one. We'll take a look at a card from the list, and then we'll roll on with our morning here, folks. Have a great day, everybody. Legacy. Tom wants to see something on the legacy list. Let's run down it. What do we got here? Anything interesting? Sorceress Queen, Brain Geyser, Pyramids. Ooh, Ankh of Mishra, Volcanic Island, Illusionary Mask. Oh, there's some good ones. Couple of dual lands on the top. We got Savannah taking a tick up in price, $15 for the Selesnya land. Taiga, 6%. Okay, so Dual Brain made a pretty great point. Look at the text box on these dual lands, right? It's it's different than the newer ones that you see out there. It is. Jumpstart. Okay, let's hit this pyramids. This is an interesting card. Okay, Tom Mitchell, let's take a look at these pyramids here. 6 mana for the pyramids, $225. An Arabian Nights rare. Okay, I'll tell you, disclosure. Brody has a play set of pyramids. Okay, I'll tell you, I traded a play set of pyramid for a play set of pyramids back in the day. Okay, and it's like, what do you want 4 pyramids for? Right? That's like 12, 24 mana, right? It's like, we're making a trade for some dual lands, and like, it's like, and I'll throw in a play set of pyramids. Okay. Pyramids is another card that was targeted with a buyout. It's not something. It's a poly artifact, poly one on artifact. It's interesting. It's from Arabian Nights. It's a rare and it does stuff. It's pretty good in Commander. It wasn't, like Commander really became MTG mainstream a couple of years ago that people started realizing this card had some situational pretty good art, pretty good activated ability. It's just all around pretty good. It's a little heavy on the mana cost, but in, games where that go long or play big stuff, this card's not too bad. 2 mana, prevent a land from being destroyed. Let's look at the chart. Let's roll it back. This is another, like, you want to talk about right up there with Moat and another card, other cards that saw like targeted buyouts. Look at the chart on this, and I'm talking like right over here. Okay, look at this. Yeah, price spike all the way up to buy all the copies of it, and it was probably sitting down around the 30, 40. Holy smokes, what? It's twice again. See, there's the first one. It was $50, $60 card. Ixalan first buyout. Oh yeah, this card was hit hard. It was $10. The vendors got all kinds of copies for it, a whole lot cheaper. That 225 is a premium for a graded one. If you talk to folks who collect old cards, they'll tell you, you know what, spend if you're gonna get one, you maybe for the collection to hold on to. Mine are a little bit beat up and been played with, but get yourself a near mint copy. A near mint copy would fetch a premium of $468. It seems like really high to spend on a pyramids, but maybe not. It's an Arabian Nights rare. Interesting card, a card that's seen all kinds of shenanigans. Where is it played? No decks, I bet. No decks playing it. So it's great because it prevents a land from being destroyed. Destroy target aura attached to a land. So if your opponent's putting like you can use this on your opponent's lands too. So if you're playing against opponents who are putting auras on their land, making them tap for multiples, bumping them up, and like you got like abundant growth ×2 on a land, this pyramid can deal with that. Just pop, pop, pop. You put some pyramids on there, no auras. If there's somebody tries to strip mine your stuff, wasteland it, you pay 2 and you do this. You don't have to tap it. You just pay 2 into it. You know why? Because it has a colon. A colon. Yes. Yes. Take a look at the colon. It says 2 mana colon. Choose one, destroy target, or it doesn't say tap. There's no tap symbol. That's what I'm saying. It just has this colon here. Semicolon, whatever. Always pay the premium, right? So this card's pretty cool. It's neaters. It's not like okay. So then what do you do with it, right? I mean, you could uh I mean, you could I guess in this day and age with the printing of like other better cards like Cyber Drive Awakener, other artifact creatures you control have flying. When it enters the battlefield until end of turn, each non-creature artifact you control becomes an artifact creature with base power and toughness 4/4. So it could be a 4/4 if you're playing Cyber Drive Awakener. It could be a 6/6 if you're playing Titania Song. So like in old school, if you and this is also uh the antiquities version. So like it really does. So it's good on its own to a limited degree. It's good. It's happy. It's the card for me. All right, folks. Tom Mitchell. That's it for me. I really appreciate you guys for stopping by on the stream here this morning for a little bit of morning magic talks and morning magic talks. What did the baby corn say to the mama corn? Where's Papa Corn? Thanks for popping by. Appreciate you spending a little time with me. I'm out of here. Uh, get the heck out of here. I'll talk to you again real soon. Oh, wait. Benson's got the next level tech. I gotta read this tech. I really wanna I really wanna read this tech. Uh what does that let's see here. What does that mean? Remove all damage. What does that mean? Remove all damage from it. Lands don't take damage unless is a creature-fied Misha Factory. I don't know. That's the worst. Sometimes I play near mint and it comes in light play. Oh, have a good day. What did the Dolphins say when it got pulled over? Sorry, officer. I did it on purpose. Thank you for that one, Benson. Appreciate you for stopping by. Now, everybody, let's get on with our day. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.